I just think it's such a monumental game for England and for Gareth. It feels like this could absolutely define his whole reign as manager. I think to beat a side such as France, who, let's be honest, they are favourites, the French, because of the holders, because of who they've got in their team. I think if we were to go and beat England, it would be just a huge victory for Gareth and the team. And I genuinely think it's a 50-50 game. I honestly couldn't call. If you asked me to call it, I'd find it very, very difficult. I just think there's different attributes of both sides that could win it for either side or lose it, depending on mistakes we see when the pressure's high. Mistakes can be made.
Dame, we had Marco in saying he may be tinkering with the selections and maybe go with a three at the back. Do you see that, or will he stick to the four? Henderson in midfield with Foden, Saka on the right hand side, or will he go be a little bit more defensive minded?
I think the only way he goes to a back three now is if there's a problem. If one of the players has got a problem, or if Deck's not quite right because of the illness, we're not too sure. Everything's been kept very quiet within the camp, so it's difficult to know exactly how the players are. I think that's the only way. I don't think he stumbled upon this system, but it just has worked so well with having that one holding midfield player in Rice, and then now Bellingham and Henderson. Why would you change it? I think it's our best way of beating the French as well. I think the minute we go to a back three, it changes the game. It makes it a different game for us in terms of having, I think, less players in that midfield and wide area. And I don't want that. I want us to attack them. I think that's our best way of winning the game.
I'm with you, Dean. I just think, I mean, it was obviously key in the middle of the park, and I think the way it's been going with the 1 and the 2 is absolutely perfect. But I would expect, talking to Pierce yesterday, I would expect when England don't have the ball, it will develop into more of a 2 and a 1, you know, in the middle of the park. I also want to ask you a question, and this one's been fascinating me, Dean. Everybody's clearly talking about Mbappe. I think the other side's just as big a problem, by the way, with Dembele against Luke Shaw. I think that is a key battle.
Do you?
I really do, mate. I genuinely do. I think it's gone under the radar a little bit because we're talking about Mbappe, arguably the best player in the world at this moment in time, and I get it, and I get all the focus on him. I just think Dembele's a danger. I really do. Lightning quick.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think for a minute that Gareth would take the eye off the situation, but I think Luke Shaw's got a game in his hands.
I think Shaw's quicker than everyone thinks. I think he's absolutely rapid, Shaw, and never really has to get to full pace. So it would be interesting to see if Dembele goes out and pushes, see whether Shaw has got the engine and the acceleration I think he's got under his bonnet. It'd be interesting. But also, I mean, all three of you would have played against players that you hated playing against. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, they matched up your traits. They had attributes you didn't have. I'd love to know if Mbappe's actually thinking, oh man, playing against Walker's just tough. And he knows it's going to be tough. It'd be really interesting to know if he's thinking the same. Because we're all thinking, it's Mbappe going at Walker. Well, how does Mbappe feel about playing against Walker?
Well, maybe, just maybe, Dean, he might have a word with the shop and say, let me have a go at Shaw. I'm nothing against Shaw, but he's obviously not as quick as Walker, so that could happen. What about, I tell you what we'll do, let's hear from England's Calvin Phillips. He spoke about his manager, Gareth Southgate, and because some people are saying if England go out, will Gareth still be in a job, etc. But not Calvin. Calvin's singing his manager's praises.
What he's done with his team and how he's nurtured the team into, winning games and being one of the best countries in the world at playing football. A lot of people don't give him credit for that, and you can't forget that he's got very tough decisions to make as well, where if players not, obviously unbelievable players that maybe be on the bench and not play, and then leaving them out as well. So it's very, obviously I understand that it's a very hard position that Gareth's in, but I think he's been unbelievable since I've been with England, and the way he treats us all. He's an unbelievable manager.
Dean very loyally has won twice as many knockout games at major tournaments as the previous 9 England bosses combined. Do you think Gareth is underappreciated by England fans, the press, etc.?
yes, when you look at what's gone in, throughout history, what he's been able to do, and the nights he's given us, and I don't forget those. I think they've been incredible nights where we've won penalty shootouts, we've gone through, we've got to a semi-final, we've got to a final, we've enjoyed those moments, and I've loved watching this squad develop into likeable characters that we all, I think, enjoy listening to and watching, and there's a proper togetherness within the squad. But I want us to win, so I'm not happy with just, quarterfinal's great, well done, we're out to France, they're a great team. I don't accept that. I think, Gareth's got to beat a side such as France, or got to, I think all the getting through to the final and the semi-final, I think, is not expected with the teams we played, but very doable. Now, this is a game where you go, well, maybe this isn't just doable, but why can't we? Why can't Gareth beat a team that's ranked better than us in a major competition?
I agree with you, Dean. I do agree with you, mate. However, I'm actually probably the opposite end. I still think now, I think the job Gareth has done is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I really do. I go back to the last World Cup semi-final, I go back to beating penalties, and I understand that every England fan wants to get the next step, and that's when I get that. But this game tomorrow could be the final, right? I mean, England versus France, some people would predict that is a potential final. So I think it's really, really small and minute things. And I think if England go out and perform really, really well, right, they can win the game. But as long as they perform really well, see, even if they lose, I think the Gareth and the team still have earned the respect of the footballing nation.
I agree, but I don't want to lose. Why can't we have the moments where we win these games? I don't know. It does feel as if throughout history, certainly in my history, we've always fallen at those games where you go, wow, this is a tough game, and we always seem to fall at that hurdle. Why can't we be the team that beats France? And we might.
Well, it could happen.
Why can't we be that team?